It's a new year, and we're gonna be doing everyone's favorite tier lists. Yes. What am I moving to? Can be interesting. Oh, okay. Well, we'll see. Maybe reserve it for next time because I currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 tier lists. Some of them are short, thankfully. But anyway, all y'all love the tier list. Like this gets more views than a lot of stuff I do on the gaming channel. I'm not sure why, but you guys are enjoying it, so we're gonna keep doing it until you stop enjoying it, I guess. Because of that, I do want to do some shameless plugs if I can. Yes, Happy New Year. Will this year be a good year, or will it be the same stuff we've had to deal with over the past couple years? Only one way to find out. Anyway, Star Wars Bad Batch Season 2 comes out January 4th. Yes, that is Wednesday. Perfect. Doesn't that mean Willow is gonna take a break, or are they still doing that? Anyway, anyway, I want to get some shameless plugs out of the way first. First of all, here's the YouTube channel. I did a best of 2022 video. If you've not watched it, check it out. It's just the best clips from all. Well, maybe not the best. I probably missed a lot, but it's an hour long. So check it out if you haven't done so already. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Another resolution I have this year is to grow the gaming channel because it has been slow. Like the numbers have been like moving like molasses, and I really want to try. I want to get to 1,000 subs on here if I can. And I mentioned that if I get 1,000 subs, I'll do a playthrough of Undertale. And I want to do a fresh playthrough, which I don't know what I have to... Because I played through it already, and that game knows when you've played it before, so I don't know what I got to do to get a fresh playthrough in, but I'm going to do it. But yeah, check out the best of video, like it, and comment if you can. I would also like to mention that I have it sectioned off. The tier list section is the most watched by a mile. So, again, I don't know why you guys... what you guys see in tier list, but we're gonna keep doing them. Speaking of which, I'm also open to the idea of doing other content on this channel similar to tier lists. I have some stuff opened up that we're gonna check out and see what people like. So if you're here for the tier list, give me your feedback and let me know what else you'd like to see. Also, one last thing, I am going to be creating a poll on my Twitter sometime after I finish tonight's stream for the next game I'm going to be playing. And I'll make an announcement about this on the gaming channel as well. So check that out. There's going to be 4 choices. They're all RPGs, and they're all ones that I'm interested in. They've all been sitting in my Steam library, and you get to choose which one. So check that out. I'll leave a link in the community section, or whatever that is, on the channel. And check out my Twitter for the poll. Alright. So that's out of the way. Let's do some tier lists. So, first one is one that I picked out. Since we just played Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, let's tier list the characters, of which some I don't think we've interacted with at all. Who the heck is this guy? I think these are teachers from the classes we didn't attend. Alright. We could do this fairly quick, I think. Hold on, we gotta put another thing down. Add row below. Never met. There's something called list challenges that might work. Alright. Maybe link it to me later. But like I said, I have a couple other things open. We're gonna check those out. All right, I don't know who you are. This is Atticus, I think his name is. I love this guy. I'm gonna give him A tier. Actually, no, he goes in S tier because he's just so absurd. He has like a ninja gimmick, and yet he speaks in like ye olde English. It's like, "Dear sir," or this "How about you, knave?" and that stuff. It's like, it doesn't make any sense, but I kind of love him. Jacques is pretty cool. He's like cool teacher vibes. We only talked to him once, and then we battled him in the tournament randomly, I guess. This is the other professor from the other game. We didn't meet her. We didn't meet her. I'm assuming she's gonna show up in DLC because I believe she was mentioned in the lore of the Area Zero books that we read. All right, Ayano. So I kind of like Ayano. Here's the thing, though, about this. Apparently other streamers and VTubers hate her. Like, viscerally hate her. Like, I've been watching, like, reactions of, like, other VTubers when they get to her, and man, do they hate her. I guess... I found her kind of amusing, but that might be because I'm not doing this for a living. A lot of people who do this for a living actually felt like this was Nintendo mocking them a little bit. Especially since Nintendo doesn't have the best track record with content creators. But yeah, it's funny to watch other VTubers' interactions. My favorite, though, is when their chats turn on them and start cheering for Ayano. And that constantly happens. Like, a lot. Like, look up reaction videos to her. Tulip, or as I like to call her, Human Rarity. She was cool, but she didn't do a whole lot. She hit on me, and I appreciate that, but nothing else about her. Rhyme is cool. I like Rhyme. The whole epic rap battle thing was kind of cool, even though it was kind of silly. Brassius, he was okay, I guess. Again, he didn't really do much. He's just there. Same thing with Kofu. Kofu's kind of cool, but again, he's all right. All right, we have our stalker BFF Nimona. I'm putting her in S tier. I like Nimona, even though she was like clearly obsessed and stalking us. I don't think she actually was, but we made the joke about it. I honestly, like, though, she's kind of a cool rival. Like, she like encourages you and like cheers you on and stuff. So she clearly had like a lot of respect for, you know, you, the player character. This is the wrestler lady. I forget what her name is. She has the fighting types. I'm not a big fan of the face paint. I'm gonna put her in C. Everything else, I guess, was cool about her. And then we have my spirit animal, Larry. Literally my face at work. Please like, comment, and subscribe so that I can stop being Larry. Please. I'm gonna put Larry in S tier because he's great. This was other Team Star dude. He was probably the least interesting of all the Team Star people. He's just kind of like he's just kind of like a techno DJ or something. He should hang out with Rhyme. He can give he can play her beats while she challenges people to rap battles. Hassel was, yeah, he was all right too, I guess. All right, well, spoilers. Here's Turo from the professor from Violet. We don't actually meet him in Violet, technically. We kind of just hear about him. You know what? If I'll put him in A tier because of the. I'm trying not to give away too many spoilers. Okay. Who's this JoJo's Bizarre Adventure guy that we never met? I don't know who that is. Then we got Penny. Penny was cool. I feel like Penny was cool. I feel like the whole Team Star thing was like really convoluted though. And I did mention Penny is my favorite name for a girl. I'm gonna, you know what? I'll give her high A. She goes above Ayano. Then there's Poppy, the little 5-year-old girl who's somehow in the Elite Four. She was cute, I guess. We'll give her B tier. Then there's the other riding Pokemon. Put him in. I'm gonna put Miraidon in S tier though, because Miraidon's awesome. Caddy from the first gym, technically. She was okay. Also, she kind of fits in with these ones right here. I don't know who this guy is. We didn't meet him. Ah, yes, Little Gideon, or whatever his name is. From he probably has a little bit more personality than the others. I'm gonna give him a B tier, and just the fact that we gave him Little Gideon's voice, or at least I tried to. All right, Geeta. She has been deemed by the Pokemon community as the worst champion, which is quite a distinction. I kind of see where they're coming from with that, though. I will say that I like her design. So, but other than that, she's kind of boring. Honestly, I'm going to put her in C tier. Disney is financing Doctor Who. How about the Doctor meets the Muppet? Oh, that's a great idea. Okay, I don't know this character. I think this is the nurse from the school, but I don't think we met her. I don't think. Then there's Clavel, the school teacher who helped us with the bullies. He's pretty cool, but he needs to stop trying to be how do you do fellow kids teacher. Mela from Team Star. She's probably my favorite of the Team Star, mostly because of her design, except for the boots, which were silly. I'm gonna give her a low A. Grusha, I think his name was Grusha, whatever that was. He was kind of weird. Like, he was like a snowboarder or something, but his whole personality was like, he's like, oh, I don't want to do stuff. Like, dude, you're a snowboarder. You need to be like totally radical, man. Yo, we're gonna hit the mountains, get that fresh powder, dude. He needs to be that. He needed to be that. So this is Miss Time or whatever. I think she's Clavel's boss or whatever. I don't know if she has like some kind of relationship with Rhyme, or if like we have another Clavel-Clive situation with the two of them. We only saw her once, so I'm just gonna put her in Never Met. Not everyone can be Johnny Tsunami. Why not? This is Dendra. We met her a couple times. She's pretty cool. I'll put her next to Jacques. We have our sandwich simp Arvin. Arvin was, you know what? We hated him at first, but then it's like, again, I don't want to give too many spoilers, but we started to like him after like what he's been through. So you know what, him and Penny can hang out together. And finally, we have Rika, who is very, very, very popular with a lot of different people. She was pretty cool, though. I liked her personality. Wasn't a big fan of the test that you had to take to get into the Elite Four, but you know what? I'll give her A tier. She's pretty cool. No real bad characters, honestly. Some of them were a little bit boring, but and I don't know about any of these. Maybe some of them are not very good, but other than that, yeah, I think that's about it. There we go. The Pokemon Scarlet Violet character tier list. I was tempted to do an actual Pokemon list, but I opted not to. All right, so we got that one out of the way. Let us do Hanna-Barbera cartoon characters. Because we've done Disney, we've done Cartoon Network, we've done Nickelodeon shows. I guess we'll just do... Okay, this is one of those tier lists where I'm seeing repeats. Technically Hanna-Barbera shows, yeah. This is one of those tier lists that has repeats, so... Okay, it might not be as long as we think. Okay, it seems to stop here at the Yogi Bear show. All right, I'm down. I'm not seeing Secret Squirrel on this list. He would be an S tier for me. All right, a pup named Scooby-Doo. Of all the shows that in the 80s and 90s did the whole like baby or kid thing, where there was like, you know, Flintstone kids and Tom and Jerry kids and all that. This is, I think, is one of the better ones. So I'm gonna put that in A tier. It isn't mine. Okay. Yeah. I don't know how this happens. Like, why does this happen? Did they just hit like upload twice or whatever? I'll just go as far as we have like new shows. Captain Caveman. I like Captain Caveman, the character. So we must have, yeah. I don't know how you overlook this much though. Like, look, it stops here. Oh, there is Secret Squirrel. Hold on. S tier. All right. Hong Kong Phooey. I love Hong Kong Phooey. I'm gonna put him in S tier. There was supposed to be a movie like years ago. Like they were gonna do kind of like with Yogi Bear, where he was like CGI in a live action world. They didn't do it though. There was like a test animation for it. I don't know if it's good or bad that didn't happen, but whatever. Huckleberry Hound. He's not the most interesting Hanna-Barbera character, but he is definitely one of the more relatable ones. He's the everyman. Eddie Murphy, was it really? Yeah, I remember seeing the teaser for it, and I guess it got scrapped. Well, maybe we should be grateful for that. Josie and the Pussycats. I didn't like this as much as I liked watching Scooby-Doo. So I'm going to put that in B tier. Magilla Gorilla. I don't really have much of an opinion on Magilla Gorilla. See, here's the problem with Hanna-Barbera shows. There's so much recycled content. It's ridiculous. It made a better movie. I've never watched the movie. I heard it's good, though. Like, a lot of people, like, very fondly remember it. Magilla Gorilla and yeah. Jellystone improved a lot of the characters. Maybe not so much all of them, but they gave them distinct personalities, which they lacked. Because these shows were meant to work on their own, but when you put like Yogi Bear, Magilla Gorilla, and Huckleberry Hound and all them together, you could see the overlap of the characters. And I think Jellystone did a good job of making them more distinct. Yeah. Oh yeah, they had, I mean, we have the Smurfs and the Snorks here. Even though the Smurfs isn't technically a Hanna-Barbera property. It was based on a comic from Belgium? What? I don't remember where the Smurfs originated from. Denmark? Somewhere? Europe. And then I guess Hanna-Barbera was like, let's do our own show. So anyway, oh god, The Perils of Penelope Pitstop. Oh man, I remember watching this show. They're Belgian. Okay, good. I had it right the first time. I remember watching the show, and in retrospect, I think this show awokened a lot of things in people. Even though like this is one of those shows where it's just the same gag over and over. It's just so boring. She's better in Wacky Races. Is Wacky Races on here? Yes, it is. Okay. The OG Scooby-Doo. Yeah. The OG Scooby-Doo show. You know what? OG Scooby-Doo gave us many, many years of Scooby-Doo. There are many, Scooby-Doo's had its ups and downs, but I'd say they have more hits than misses. But you can't beat that original, Well, you can with better shows like Mysteries Incorporated, but without this show, we wouldn't have, the franchise. Squiddly Diddly. Wasn't he the? Oh no, I'm thinking of Peter Potter. So I was like, someone in Jellystone was like an anime fan or something. that was Peter Potter's. I kind of feel the same way. I don't remember much of this character. She looks a lot better in that spinoff. not like not like I'm weird. No, of course not. Then we got the Flintstones, the very first animated primetime television series. I'm giving it S tier just because of its reputation and how it kind of started a lot of animated TV shows. And it's iconic, you know. The Jetsons, I didn't like the Jetsons as much as the Flintstones. Then we got the Jellystones more. Like you're being... Oh, they turned Squiddly Diddly into a Valley Girl? Real? I genuinely don't... When are they putting out more episodes of that show? They are doing more, right? I hope they're doing more. So is anyone going to complain that Squiddly Diddly's a girl? Nope. Nobody will, because nobody cares about that character. Alright, the Smurfs I kind of like. And I'm just going to put the Snorks next to the Smurfs, because of course it is. Wacky Races was very fun. I liked Wacky Races a lot. It's just... there's so many, like, fun gags and stuff. And Yogi Bear... I mean, I will say Yogi Bear is a pretty good, like, lead character for the Hanna-Barbera franchise. He's almost on the same level as Bugs Bunny for me. Not really, but he comes fairly close. Like, he's got personality, he's got attitude, and, you know, there's a lot of the same gags with him, but he's more interesting than Mickey Mouse. Anyway, I think that's all of them. Yeah, that's all the shows, so there you go. When's my Secret Squirrel reboot happening? I want them to do you guys remember Two Stupid Dogs? I remember that show mostly because of Secret Squirrel. I loved the Secret Squirrel part of that. They need to do more of that. I think, I'm trying to remember, because Craig McCracken worked on that show, and people were, I think, crediting him with that, but someone else who worked on the show made that. But I don't know. I would love to see that come back in like that style. But anyway, so there we go. That's Hanna-Barbera. Next we have Disney Princesses as of 2023. Wow, this is very up to date. Friggin' ads. All right, close that. Yeah, the 90s Secret Squirrel is very underrated in my opinion. All right, so this is yours. Okay, so unfortunately, I have not seen Raya and the Last Dragon, so I'm gonna have to make another row. I think every tier list should have this as an option. Scene. There we go. All right, here we go. Princess Aurora from Sleeping Beauty. Apparently, Sleeping Beauty is the first movie I ever saw in a movie theater. My parents and my aunt and uncle and my cousins went to go see it. Apparently, fun story. My cousin Nicole got so scared of Maleficent, she hid under the seat, and at some point she reached up, grabbed me, and dragged me down with her. Actually, let me go ahead and do this. Ray is there since Disney included Ray and the Last Dragon. Oh, really? Huh. All right. I've heard that movie's kind of polarizing. I kind of like the dragon. The design of the dragon's pretty cool. But yeah, this is apparently the first movie I ever saw in a theater, and my cousin got so scared of Maleficent. I guess I'm basically rating them as characters. Really? Huh. Oh, well. Disney, the Black Cauldron has some shady or shifty history with Disney anyway. All right, so Princess Aurora she's like kind of cool. Yeah, okay, I rate them as characters. Well, here's the thing. You don't really get a lot of her. I'd say she has some personality, but then she falls asleep through a lot of the movie. It is called Sleeping Beauty, after all. All right, Snow White. Hot take. Snow White is the worst Disney princess. Least interesting. And it's mostly because she's the first one. Like, I if we were just judging from their movie, I would absolutely, like, maybe put her up higher because that movie was very important historically. But there really wasn't much to her, let's be honest. And it's not her fault because she was the first one. And they didn't really, like, pick up steam until maybe the 90s. The Disney princesses got better. The live action can improve. Are they actually doing... Didn't they already do Snow White as live action? Wasn't there, like, Snow White and the Huntsman or whatever? And whatever that was? I don't know. I guess they could possibly improve her. Their film... Oh, boy. Anyway, here's... Cinderella, my mom's favorite Disney princess. Cinderella definitely has the sympathy factor in her character, because she's like not she's a Disney princess by marriage. You know, she was a commoner who became a Disney princess, so I think that gives her a little bit of an edge. So Snow White and Huntsman was from oh, okay, so those there was a couple of those, right? So those are not Disney. All right, well, then we got Ariel, everyone's favorite mermaid. Let's see, I like the side of her that's like, and this might be it's public. Okay, I like the side of her that's like curious about how she has the hoard of items, and that is me probably being very biased because I too hoard items. Yeah, Ariel's pretty cool. Alright, though. Now we have Jasmine, who used to be my favorite Disney princess. So I'm giving her S tier. I feel like she was the first one that had some real personality. And I liked the chemistry her and Aladdin had together. Because before this, well, I guess you can make a case for Beauty and the Beast, but before this, most of like the relationship stuff with the Disney princesses was kind of boring. And but this was the first one where they like actually talked and hung out and they hit it off, and like there was something real there. Like I felt that. Cinderella 3 is the best. I haven't seen it, so I don't know. You repeated Mulan. Oh, so you did. Look at that. All right. Go to the end. But yeah, she was my favorite Disney princess for a while, but we'll get to my new favorite in a minute. Where the fuck is Kita? Why is she... okay, yeah, everyone makes the case of, like, why isn't this character a Disney princess? Why isn't this character... Technically, Nala from The Lion King should be a Disney princess, right? But she's not. Because Disney is very picky about who they make. Alright, Mulan, the movie is not one of my favorite, but I do really like Mulan. I'll give her A tier. She was kind of cool. All right. Oh God, Pocahontas. I've kind of grown to hate this movie over the years, especially learning about the how inaccurate this movie is, how horribly inaccurate this movie is. Here's the thing, like, you can adapt a fairy tale or a book or something, and you can make changes because, you know, it's fictional. This is historical events. You should not be embellishing historical events. Jeffrey Katzenberg won an Oscar bait movie. Well, he got his Oscar bait movie, but at what cost? That being said, her as a character is not terrible, so I'm gonna give her C tier. I heard a very funny story about I don't remember who I heard this from, but I went to an animation conference a couple of years ago, and a couple of like Disney animators were there, and they were ones that worked on Pocahontas. And I remember that when they were doing the character designs, they were having trouble designing John Smith because they didn't know what a quote-unquote handsome man looked like. So they drew up a bunch of sketches, and they went around to like all the women that worked in the office. And they were like, "Hey, is this handsome?" Don Bluth, Anastasia is based on... Yeah, but there wasn't like magic involved. Like Rasputin wasn't an evil undead wizard, you know? That was just kind of a legend surrounding him. I mean, I guess you could work off that a little bit, but yeah, I just thought that was kind of a funny story. Anyway, we got Belle from Beauty and the Beast. She can read, which means she's Beauty and the Beast isn't one of my favorite movies, but I do like her for, you know, intelligence and compassion, I guess. So that's good. Moana is really cool. I'll put her in B tier. All right, now my new favorite Disney princess. There's the woman who dethroned Jasmine. Rapunzel. She's a very interesting character. Like her whole performance in that movie was like very natural. Like her reactions, like when she first got out of the tower and she was like excited, and then she was freaking out, and then she was excited again, and she was on this roller coaster of emotions. I like the series too. I didn't watch the whole series, but I did like what I saw of it. But yeah, and again, she's another Disney princess that actually had chemistry with her male love interest. Like they hit it off. They worked together well. And see, that's a selling point for me, especially if you're gonna do like a Disney story. You should check out the spin-off series of her. Yeah, we already talked about that. But yeah, Rapunzel's my favorite. Sorry, Jasmine. I'm sorry. But you never forget your first. Anyway, then we got Merda from Brave. I liked her a lot. This movie, she's got mommy issues, but she was cool. I'm gonna put her in B. This movie got really like screwed over though in production. That's why it's not very well liked, because my God, the behind the scenes for this movie will make you furious. If I remember correctly, they wanted a rewrite after like a lot of the animation was done. And you kind of don't do that with animation unless you have a lot of money to burn and want your employees to not walk out on you. But anyway, then we have what's from The Princess and the Frog? What's her name? Tristine. I can't remember her name. I haven't watched this movie in forever. Tiana. Yes, Tiana. Brave could have been a total... Yeah, if they had gone with their original idea, like the bear was... The like evil bear that was following them was supposed to have like more development behind it. But yeah, I mean, it's I think it's still an enjoyable movie, but okay, her I like. She's like on the level of Cinderella for me, because again, she's a Disney princess through technicality, because it was like the Mardi Gras parade or whatever, and then she was with the prince, I guess. Yeah, okay, she'd find marriage or whatever. Yeah, she's on the level of Cinderella for me. Shadowrun right placing Splash Map, really interesting. And then we got extra Mulan. We have Mirror Universe Mulan. Evil Mulan. You can stay down there where you belong. Alright, well there you go. Disney princesses. Do they still count? No. Alice is by no means a princess, unfortunately. Alright. Now we have Transformers shows with ads. Go away. Be gone. Alright, it's okay. Alright, oh man. I'm trying to see which ones I know for sure I've seen. Yeah. I know there's like, okay, there's let me move these together because they belong together. All right, I guess we'll do this. I am not the biggest expert on Transformers. I do like Transformers. Nope, that's not row below. Not seen. You hadn't seen the anime. Yeah, there's some I haven't seen, unfortunately. I'm also trying to... Is this G1? I guess we'll start with G1. So... I mean, G1 is great and all, but it's got some problems. Even hardcore Transformers fans will agree. But, I mean, it did start everything, so there you go. Beast Wars is better than people give it credit for. I watched a little bit when it first aired because I mistook it for Reboot. And I watched more of it later on, and yeah, I definitely like it despite the clearly outdated CGI. But yeah, Beast Wars is good. Headmaster's Super God Force and Victory. I don't think I've watched any of those. And there's Super God Force. I only know these by reputation. Then this is Beast Machines, right? I've not seen Beast Machines, but I've heard that it's not nearly as good as Beast Wars. There's Victory and there's Headmasters. I only know these three through reputation. Phalus did a review of them like a while ago. And the only thing I know about them is the horrible English dubs that they have. Horrible. And they changed the names of some of the Transformers too. Like, what was up with... One of them was literally named Billy. What do you mean, Billy? This is one of those anime Transformers. I'm gonna put that... I didn't see. What is this one? Well, while we figure that out, Transformers Prime is my favorite, so I'm putting that in S tier. Transformers Generation? Which one is that? They made Beast Wars. Yeah, I think I remember hearing about that. Man, I really don't know a whole lot about Transformers. Oh, Generation 2. So this is G2. This is basically just a rehash of G1 with like different graphics. Repack. Yeah, all right. Well, there you go. We're putting it next to G1. What is this one? Can you tell me what this one is? Transformers Animated is really good too. Okay, so these are the three anime Transformers that showed on Cartoon Network. This is Armada, Energon, and Cybertron. There's Armada right there. This is Beast Wars anime. Okay, well, I don't think I've seen that. These I have seen. I think Armada might be like the first Transformers show I saw the entirety of, but for the life of me, I cannot remember anything about it other than the mini cons. They had the mini cons. Headmasters, the Transformers Prime Japanese. Really? I may have to check that out. Wow. I genuinely, I mean, I guess they were all right. Like, the mini-cons were a thing. Robots in the Skies, Armada, Energon, and Cybertron. Yeah. It tried to be like Ghost Stories and fail at it. Really? In the Japanese dub, huh? I might have to look that up. So... Oh, wait, this is... Is this robot? This is Robots in the Skies, right? It's so small. And there's Cybertron. Alright, so the anime ones go there. This is... Is this the new one? There's a new Transformers that came out, but I didn't watch it. Cyberverse? Yeah, I haven't seen that one. Combiner Wars? Which one is the Netflix show? Is that... Okay, this is the one that's the sequel to, technically the sequel to Prime, right? War of Cybertron? Third to last? Okay, yeah, this is the sequel, the one that's the sequel to Prime, quote unquote. Combiner Wars. I don't think I've seen Combiner Wars. I don't think I've seen this one either. This is Bots, which is like the little like toys that you get in the little blind bags. Rescue Bots. I didn't see Rescue Bots. It's for like kids audience. The new show on Nickelodeon. Okay. And then more Japanese. Titans Return and Powers and what? This is the Netflix one, right? You know, I realize we don't have any music playing in the background. This is the Netflix one, right? It's just hard to see. But I did really like the I did really like the Netflix one, because I see Megatron with Optimus Primal there. Machina is not the Netflix one, okay. So this is Transformers Machina then. I haven't seen those. If that's... War of Cybertron. Okay, did I skip that one? Combiner Wars. Blah, 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 blah. All right, you know what? We're gonna move on. There you go. Wherever the Netflix one is, I like that one. So let's just move on to the next thing. Superhero animated shows. So we got a bunch of these. Close the ads. I can't close that one. Ugh. All right. So Let's do this as usual. And I'm pretty sure I've seen all of these, but well, just in case. There. All right. Hulk and the Agents of Smash. I remember the show being pretty good. Like the Avengers Assembled universe or whatever this was like okay. But it wasn't nearly as good as the Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Batman Beyond. Batman Beyond goes in S tier because it's great. Horrible reboot Ben 10 goes in D tier. Original Ben 10, however, goes in A tier. The Big Hero 6 show, I actually didn't watch a whole lot of it. I remember watching the movie, the TV movie, which was like the first couple episodes. I liked it, but I think I need to spend more time with it, so for the time being, I'm just going to put it in C tier until I decide I'm going to watch more of it. Batman Brave and the Bold. This show gets a lot of hate and it doesn't deserve it. Darkwing Duck. Let's Get Dangerous in A tier. Superhero Girls show, I haven't watched a whole lot of, so I'm just going to put that in not seen. I remember watching one of the movies, or the movie, or I don't know if they made more movies, but it's all right from what I've seen, but I didn't watch a whole lot of it. What is this? What is this one? Oh, there's Earth's Mightiest Heroes. I'll put that in S tier. We'll put Freakazoid in A tier. We will put Green Lantern in S tier. Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go pilot. I didn't watch the pilot. I remember watching the show. The show is way better than the name leads on. We're back. Oh, that's the Guardians of the Galaxy show. That was all right. This era of like the Disney Marvel shows kind of belong in the same category. Iron Man Armored Adventures. I think this show was pretty good also, but there was something about it that was kind of lacking in retrospect. Justice League Action is very underappreciated in my opinion. The Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, though, go up here. Godzilla would whoop Ben 10's ass, even if he was way big. Oh, this was Legion of Superheroes or whatever. This was like Superman as a kid with other heroes. I remember this existing, but I don't think I've seen it. I actually have the full series on DVD, believe it or not. I don't think I've watched it. Batman the Animated Series, of course, goes up there. I hate to say it, but there's like a distinct lack of Marvel S tier. My Hero Academia, I'm still watching it, but I do really like it. This is the Spider-Man show that is like the newer one, question mark. It was all right. It was another Spider-Man. Okay, KO, Let's Be Heroes. I did like for the most part, but I wanted something more from it. I wanted it to be like actual, like, you know, B-movie, comic book, over-the-top action type of deal. And it kind of fell flat a few times for me. The Stan Lee documentary, I haven't seen it. I didn't even know that it was happening. This is which Ben 10 is this? Is this Alien Force? Or is this which one? Hold on, I gotta lean in. Ultimate Alien? Alright, Ultimate Alien was not as good. Alien Force is S tier, in my opinion. I don't see it on here. Not mine. Oh, okay. Power. Do we know what this is yet? Can someone figure out what the hell that is? Is that Spawn? I don't know. Powerpuff Girls going A tier. She-Ra, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't watched anything beyond the first season of She-Ra, so it's okay, in my opinion. But I need to watch more. I'm gonna put it next to Big Hero 6 because it's kind of in the same. Is that Spawn? Oh wait, Devilman. Why is Devilman here? Is that Devilman Crybaby? If that's Devilman Crybaby, that goes in D tier. Fuck that show. Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Okay, I guess technically, I mean, Space Ghost Coast to Coast, it's great. I wouldn't exactly put it in the same category as all this, but now that's Spectacular Spider-Man, right? And that's 90 Spider. Okay, Spectacular Spider-Man definitely goes in S tier. Technically, yeah, I suppose he is, but that show is terrible, just like Superhero Squad show. 90 Spider-Man was also all right. In retrospect, you can see a lot of the flaws with it, but it is still good, but it's got problems. Static Shock, though, can go in A tier. Super Friends, alright, fine. Super Friends. Superman the Animated Series, not as good as Batman the Animated Series, but still very good. SWAT Cats, hell yeah. God, I hope that reboot is good. God, I hope it's good. And I'm not just saying that because I contributed to the Kickstarter. But I want this to come back. This was a great show. Teen Titans, A tier. The Batman, I remember just kind of liking. The Tick is great. Thundercats reboot, you know what? That goes in S tier. Ninja Turtles 2012 goes in S tier. Okay, so all right, well, Ninja Turtles OG, I'm gonna put that in B tier. It's great. I love it, but I've not. It's like on the level of Batman, Spider-Man. Thank Captain Planet for getting SWAT Cat. Yeah, there's a whole thing about that. So, all right, Rise of TMNT. We've been over this. Everyone, I'm gonna put this in all fairness and not seen because I've only seen a little bit of it and I didn't really care for it. But everybody is telling me how great it is. So maybe one day I'll have to get around to watching more of it. I'm going to put Teen Titans Go in D tier because it belongs there. Which Spider-Man is this? Which Spider-Man is this? Is this... Oh, is this Ultimate Spider-Man? Alright, Ultimate Spider-Man can go with, you know, the Disney shows. Wolverine and the X-Men was good, but it's not my favorite Marvel, or not my favorite X-Men. X-Men Evolution I thought was a little bit better. And then we got X-Men. You know what? There you go. There's your three Marvels in the S tier. God, I hope that revival's good. And I'm gonna, in all fairness, put Young Justice in not seen because I've only seen a little bit of it and I never took to it like a lot of people did. But maybe I have to spend more time with it. And I didn't see the revival of it either. So there you go. There's your superhero shows from whoever made this list. All right, moving on. We have Marvel Heroes tier list. Haven't caught up with it. Yeah, I didn't either. It didn't grab me like it did for a lot of people. All right. So this is just the characters from the comics, huh? You're trashed here. I don't think anyone here was like really trash tier, in my opinion. All right, we got Black Widow, who's really cool. We've got Professor X. I'll put Hawkeye with Black Widow. I guess, well, I'm judging this based on just how much I like the character. We've got Daredevil, B tier. I think like street level heroes in Marvel are roughly like A and B tier. Doctor Strange, who's awesome. Sam Wilson is back as Captain. Okay. I guess this is just more like, you know, the recognizable characters. Oh yeah, there's Falcon right there. Reed Richards, I think, can go in C tier because he's the smartest man alive, but he neglects his wife. Iron Fist, B tier. Hulk, I like Hulk. Ghost Rider's cool. Black Panther's cool. We'll put Falcon, since he's not Captain America, with the rest of the street levels. I'll put She-Hulk next to Hulk. Because why not? Just get there you go. Cap, of course. Iron Man. If it's comic Iron Man, I'll put him at a high A. Miles Morales, I'll put him in A tier as well. Captain Marvel, yeah, all right. Spidey, aside from a few hiccups, I think he belongs in S tier. Thor is really cool. Thor can go in S tier. All right, all right. Wolverine, I'm gonna put Wolverine in S tier. Okay, so is this Hank Pym or Scott Lang? Which Ant-Man? That's Pym? Okay, you know what? Pym can go. Comic Pym can go in the trash. Okay. I take back what I said earlier. There you go. You know, we came to the conclusion a while ago that Reed Richards just neglects his wife, but Pym, like, beats his wife. So screw him. Trash. Trash. Alright, next up we have X-Men movies. Plus miscellaneous. I don't know what that means. Let's see. For X-Men First Class. This one's yours? Okay. Oh, God, I don't remember much of X-Men First Class. I remember it being really good. So, I'm gonna go ahead and put that... I'll give it an A tier. Why not? The first X-Men movie, I'll put that in A tier as well. The Last Stand, not as good. X2, however, this is S tier for me. This was the best X-Men movie. X-Men Origins Wolverine, though. Wait, well, hold on. I'm a little confused now. X-Men, that was the first Wolverine movie, right? And then The Wolverine was the one where he was in Japan. I'm trying to remember now. Okay, so this is the one where he went to Japan. All right, so X-Men Origins Wolverine can go in D tier. The Wolverine I thought was better. Aside from what they did with the Silver Samurai, I think it was pretty good. Logan, however, was very good. Save for maybe a couple small things. Then you got Deadpool. You know, I'm just gonna go ahead and put the two Deadpool movies in S tier because they're great. X-Men Apocalypse. I really liked this at first, but I think it's the flaws kind of came out over time a little bit. This is... That's Days of Future Past, right? Yeah, that's Days of Future Past. I'll give that A tier. I thought that one was pretty good. Fan Four Stick can go in D tier. Okay, hot take. I didn't hate the two Fantastic Four movies, but they're not the best Fantastic Four movies. It's weird that the unreleased Roger Corman Fantastic Four movie is arguably the best one. Despite, again, a few flaws it has, at least until we see what Disney can bring to the table. I actually don't think I saw the New Mutants. Alright. Ben Affleck Daredevil is on the same level as this for me. It's not terrible, I don't think. And Elektra can go in D tier. I remember watching that and just being like, what the, what the fuck? I don't think you know what? All right, I guess we got to do not seen for these two, because I don't think I've seen these two. There we go. Dark Phoenix was bad. All right. Yeah, I didn't see that. I didn't see New Mutants. Is the New Mutants that horror one or whatever the hell they were doing with that? They were like in a house and it was haunted or something, but they were also like mutants. But like what was up with that? Yes, it is. That came out. I heard nothing of that. I thought that got scrapped. A hospital, technically. Was that one also bad? Continuation of the Logan movie. Came out in 2022. Disney fed it to the... Oh, really? Oof. Oof. I think the only thing I kind of liked about the... what I've seen about the Phoenix movie was the X-Men were captured by like there was a group called the Mutant Control Unit or something, abbreviated MCU, and then they had like they had somebody kill them all. I kind of like little moments like that in like movies and stuff, but yeah, they're the movies that they're hit or miss. Honestly, they're very average a lot of the times. It was worse than Last Stand, which I didn't think really. Damn. All right. Well, there you go. X-Men. Now we move on to Sonic the Hedgehog cartoons. This is going to be a quick one. All right. Well, Sat AM goes in S tier. Adventures of... Okay, I'm kind of on the fence about Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog because it's so bad, but it's also like funny bad. It's like ridiculous bad. Give it a B tier for the funnies. All right, I got a lot of hate for not liking Sonic Boom before. Okay, I don't hate it, but I just found it kind of dull. But there's apparently a lot of good episodes I missed. So I'm gonna put it in B. Sonic Mania Adventures. I don't think I've seen that. So you know, instead of D tier, we're just gonna put... Just gonna do that. Sonic X. I didn't like Sonic X. You know, I'll be generous. I'll give it A tier just to fill things out. Sonic Underground is very like baffling to me. Like, I don't know why this exists. Like, it doesn't go with any of the games. It doesn't go with any of the comics. It's just kind of its own nebulous thing. So I guess it belongs next to Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. And the music is terrible in the show. It's supposed to be put in D tier. We already got rid of D tier. I'll put it in low C next to Sonic X. All right, there you go. Sonic shows. Mortal Kombat games. Ranked. Okay, I don't think I've played every single Mortal Kombat game. You didn't think Urkel's say no? I didn't dig him voicing Sonya either. What was up with that? Anyway. We got the original. play theme song. I would if it wouldn't get me copyright claimed. Okay, we got the original, which is great especially if you're playing it in the arcade. I liked 2 more though. 3 was great, except I hated fighting Motaro. Ultimate 3 is basically just more of 3. Let's see, we got Armageddon. Oh man, this is like the Armageddon, the Deadly Alliance era, which is not. Oh god, the Sub-Zero game. Get rid of that. Shaolin Monks, I've not played. I don't know if it's good or not. Instead of not seen, we shall do. Not played. You're the weirdo who likes Cyrax. Cyrax is pretty cool. The robots are pretty cool. Okay, Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe I think was pretty good. Let's see, where's Mortal Kombat 4 is the first 3D Mortal Kombat game, and it's got kind of a funny factor to it, especially with the cutscenes. And some of the voices. We need Marvel versus Mortal Kombat. I'm still waiting for Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter to cross over. Anyway, these games were not that good. Deception, they're not great. They put in like an overworld, and there was like a collection system, and it was impossible. Shaolin Monks I'm gonna put in there. Oh yeah, Special Forces, I didn't play that either. We have Marvel versus Street Fighter. Yeah, well, Marvel and Street Fighter have a thing, and now DC and Mortal Kombat have a thing, so is this Mortal Kombat 10? Because I didn't play Mortal Kombat 10. Is this 9? See, I don't think I played Gold. Mortal Kombat XL. What is Mortal Kombat XL? Not your list either. Alright, well. I don't think I played the PlayStation trilogy. If this is 9, hold on, let me look up what Mortal Kombat 9 looks like. Okay, yeah, this is Mortal Kombat 9. So, you know, I'm gonna put that in best, because that was really good, especially the story mode. And I'm assuming that's 10. Or XL, whatever that means. What is Mortal Kombat XL? Oh, that is 10. That is 10. Okay. Alright, I've only played a little bit of 10. I did kind of like it. I don't own it though. I played it somewhere else. Alright, well there you go. Mortal Kombat. Real quick, nice little list. Next up, we go from Mortal Kombat to Street Fighter. This was suggested by somebody on Twitter. Stop giving me targeted ads. Here's the thing. I'm not the biggest Street Fighter. I love Street Fighter, but I'm not the biggest like expert on it. The last new Street Fighter game that I played was 4. And that was on the 3DS. So, I'm probably not the best for this. So I think I'm just gonna rank whether or not I like the characters as they are for the ones that I don't know. Are they now? Anyway, we have Ryu. Ryu is cool. We'll put him and his buddy Ken together. Chun-Li is cool. This is like the original lineup, so it's hard to not, you know, love them. And then you got the Street Fighter Turbo dudes that are after them. Well, Cammy was part of this. Cammy was part of them, I think. We're like it's okay to like Street Fighter the movie. We've been over this. Bison okay, the key to making a good Street Fighter thing, be it a movie, Guile should be an S tier. Yeah, for America. There we go. The key to making a good Street Fighter thing is make Bison awesome. That's all you got to do. In the animated series, in the anime, in the movie, there you go. That's why the Chun-Li movie was bad, because Bison was terrible. Dalsim is pretty cool. He's a bit of a cheap ass with the stretchy. Zangief is our boy. We're gonna put Zangief in. Okay, I tend to play as Vega a lot, so I'm gonna put Vega in S tier. Balrog, aka not Mike Tyson. Yes, the Geef. Sagat is alright too. Blanca is interesting. E Honda is kind of in this for me. Akuma is, I guess, okay. Cammy, she becomes a traitor, right? So screw Cammy. DJ, the man who is always smiling, even when he gets knocked out. I'll put him in B tier. Fei Long's kind of boring, to be honest. T-Hawk is a little bit more interesting, I think. Violent Ken, what the heck is Evil what is this? I'm not really familiar with these guys. Jamie Lee was my main four. I tend to go toward yeah. You can be cheap with Bison, if I recall correctly. Violent Ken, brainwashed by Bison. Alright, well, screw them then. Adon, he's like that, he's that, like, kickboxer, or whatever, that, what the heck was his deal? I remember him from 4. But, I don't know, he never really stood out to me. Birdie, who was is in Alpha 3, really? Birdie, wasn't he in the anime, and then they eventually, he was Sagat's pupil. I always say Sagat's name wrong. Birdie, he was in the anime, and then eventually they put him, he was the second to last fight in Street Fighter 1. Oh yeah, that's right, he was in Street Fighter 1. Yes. I don't really remember him too much aside from that, so I'm gonna put him in C tier. Nash. Again, I'm just gonna be judging the characters based on how I like them if I don't know who the hell they are, or if I'm not overly familiar with them. Is he based on Kevin Nash? Nash, aka Charlie. I don't know. Eagle. He looks like a gentleman. He's Guile's buddy, really? Alright, I'll put him up in Eagle is he looks very distinguished. Maki. She looks a very generic fighting game character. Not really feeling much from her. Jen. Yeah, same with him. Guy from Final Fight, though. I'll put him in B tier. Ingrid. Looks like she doesn't belong in Street Fighter. Junie. God, there are so many characters from Street Fighter. I don't know. Maki was in Final Fight too. Okay. Karen, I kind of know her. She's basically Guy's sister-in-law. Okay. I kind of recognize her. Then we got Rainbow Mika. the wrestler. I'm gonna put her in B. Well, you know what? She's kind of cool. I'll put her in A tier. Rolento. I remember some of these characters because Freakbot just played Final Fight. He's all right, I guess. There's Sakura. I like Sakura. Julie and Junie can go stand next to each other. There's Cody. We'll put Cody next to Guy. And then we have okay, here we go. The best. She was your main in Alpha 3. Here we go. The best character in all of Street Fighter, Dan Hibiki. Best fighter in the world. With the best Hadouken move. Rose is like... Wasn't she like part of Bison that like broke off from him or something? You laugh, I've wrecked Akuma plays. Like I said, he's the best. Rose is like part of Bison. Part of Bison's like personality. Or some, I forget what the lore between them was. I think she's pretty cool though. Sodom. With a very unfortunate name. I'm gonna put him in... Actually, I'm putting him in D tier just because of that name. Ibuki, the ninja girl. I like her. She's friends with Sakura. They can go hang out together. Songs from 5. Yes, I remember him. How much would this tier list cost in Bison dollars? All of them, because Bison dollars are worthless. Alex, I think I remember who... Okay, Dudley. I like Dudley. He's the other boxer guy. Elena with like she's like the capoeira fighter. She's pretty cool. Gil, I don't remember much about him. Gutter Trash, really? Hugo, who is also from Final... Man, they just recycled all the Final Fight characters into into this, huh? Hugo, aka Andor, aka Andre the Giant. Whatever. Makoto, I kind of like too. She can hang out with her BFFs, Sakura and Ibuki. Necro. I believe he is also a Final Fight character. I think. Just love the whole plan of the Bison movie. He wants to go big to the point of making currency after himself. If you think about it, Bison is the first crypto bro. Because he made up his own currency and was like, yes, it's valuable. Have a whole box of Bison dollars. Necro is not from... Really? Huh. He's a Street Fighter 3. Alright. He's pretty cool, I guess. Remy. He looks like a generic dude. You know, I'm putting him down here. I wonder how many, like, Street Fighter... players are watching this right now and are mad at me because I'm like putting like top tier characters down because I'm not familiar with them. That makes too much sense. And Bison is yes. Bison dollars was the first cryptocurrency. Sean, Ken student, not by choice. The dude just kept harassing him until he caved. All right, he's one of those now. He goes in D tier. Q. They're too busy being mad at a fan. They're too busy at you being a fan of the 1994 movie. You know, people like that movie. It gets hate, but there are people who like that movie. I am one of them. He looks all right, I guess. Oro. I don't know anything about him. 12. You're just a number. Urine. Your name sounds like urine. Yang and Young. God, there's so many just generic looking dudes in Street Fighter now, huh? Alright, I don't know who these guys are. Abel, I think I remember a little bit. Yeah, the movie has its fans. It's got a lot to like about it. This character is pretty cool. I like him. Goken, that Was that Ryu and Ken's master or something? DiCapri, Cammy 2. Yeah, okay. All right. So we'll put him up higher so as not to anger people. Is this the Turkish oil wrestler? Is this the dude with the oil wrestling? I hate him. He's the best. Is he really? Why is he red? Why does he have blue hair? That's not even hair. It's just like something on his head. Oni. I don't know. Rufus. Oh God, Rufus. Seth with his robot body or whatever. Then there's Viper. I guess she's pretty cool. Okay, El Fuerte I played a lot of in Street Fighter 4. I kind of like Seth as a chump. Yeah, I remember liking El Fuerte, so I'm gonna put him up high. He's a bigger glass cannon than it really. All right, there's everyone's favorite jury. I only know her mostly through reputation. I mean, I guess she's pretty cool, I suppose. I'll put her in B. Poison, one of the grunts from Final Fight, made it into where's Hugo? I'm gonna put her next to Hugo. There you go. Fang. I don't know who Fang is. Jury introduced Rule 34 R's. All of the world stood up with one voice and shouted, "That's a big deal." As if they didn't already. I mean, look what they had already in this game, and then Jury showed up. Cage, not to be confused with Johnny Cage. Colin, she's like, is she Russian? That's Laura, who's like Brazilian, I think. Luke, just generic ass Luke. Nikali. I don't know who some of these characters are. She's Street Fighter 5 character with poison powers. Laura is Sean's older sister and a way better fight, really. Abigail and 11, who can stand next to 12. Actually, oh, there we go. Also from Final Fight, really. Falky. The G-Man from he's the hardest boss in Final Fight, really. I think I remember that from your stream. I may have remembered that. Anyway, the G-Man from Half-Life. Lucia. Minat. I think she's like the Egyptian character. I guess I'm putting them higher based on how much I know them at this point. Ziku. Akira. Ed. Rashid. G is the president of the world, and it really... G is a YouTuber. He goes in SD tier then. Ziku is actually a really from like Strider, the series. Shin Akuma. I'll put him next to Akuma. And then we got Retsu and Geki and Joe. We'll put Joe next to Ed and Mike. There you go. We're gonna make sure these three are together. Street Fighter 1 character. Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about Street Fighter 1, unfortunately. Mike gets replaced with Bauer. Really? Okay. Geki gets replaced with Vega. Jamie, another generic name. And Kimberly. And Manon, which is, I guess, some Marissa. And the guy from Indiana Jones that was guarding the Holy Grail. There you go. Literally, palette swaps. Good. All right. Well, like I said, I'm not probably the most qualified to be ranking Street Fighter. Kimberly's also a member of Bushin Ryu alongside. Okay. Who knew that a fighting game could have such deep lore and so many characters? Jamie is a drunken master breakdancer from. Okay. I do find the information's fascinating though, especially since I'm not. I haven't touched a Street Fighter game since 4. But there you go. Anyway, we now move from one Capcom game to another Capcom game, or series rather. Megaman Robot Masters. Okay. I'm gonna probably need some help identifying a couple of these dudes. Because I do love Mega Man, but I've not played all the games. Some of them I recognize. Pharaoh Man better be S. Of course he is. Where is he? I don't see him. We'll find him eventually. Yeah, the Robot Masters are cool. I'm probably gonna. This is probably gonna be a repeat of the Street Fighter list. Because there's some characters I just don't know. In fact, you know what? Let's just do that. So we can... Heatman is up first. He's a living Zippo lighter. I keep forgetting he's not from Mega Man 1. Because he feels like he is. He's kind of mid. Yeah. I'll give him a B tier. Gemini Man. I'm trying to remember what his fight is like. God, it's been so long since I touched a Mega Man game. Alright, I tell you what, I'm gonna cover my own ass here and just judge them based on design. How about that? I think he's I'm gonna judge them based on their design instead of how they fight or whatever. Gemini Man is pretty cool, I guess. Who the hell is this? It looks like we got through Mega Man 10, I think. We've got Clown Man. Oh god, Clown Man goes in D tier. Who is this guy? Yeah, I'm gonna need some help with some of these. I only know like the most recognizable ones. Like there's Plant Man, there's Ice Man. Alright, I don't know. Alright, so we got Splash Woman here. Splash Woman is kind of interesting because Cloud Man, okay. He's our, I guess I'll put him next to Clown Man. Splash Woman is kind of interesting because she is the only female robot master from Mega Man 9. After 8 games, they finally broke the glass ceiling and gave a female robot master. She's kind of cool. Her fight was she's an easy boss though, if I remember correctly, but her design is pretty good. Now, what's interesting is there was originally supposed to be 2 female robot masters in that game. And the other one, I believe her name was Honey Woman, was replaced by Hornet Man. I don't know why they replaced it, but there he is. He shoots bees. He's pretty cool. I like him. So who's this guy? This is Dive Man. He looks pretty cool. Whenever they have like the face mask on, I think it makes them look better. I remember this character. I can't remember his name. That's Bubble Man. Oh, Bubble Man. Okay. Burner Man. He's got burners. That's all he's got going for him. Who's this jolly fella? He's kind of cool. I like him. I'll put him in B tier. Bounce Man from Mega Man 11. I've not played Mega Man 11. This dude is like, he's got like electric powers. He's in one of the more recent games. Was he from 10? Was his name like Shockman or something? Also from Mega Man 11. I should pull out like Fuse Man, right? Fuse Man. Okay, he's got a pretty cool design. I like him. I'll put him in A. The Mega Man villains were utilized in the Captain N cartoon. The evil Cutsman was the best. The evil Cutsman. Cutsman. Alright, who's this guy? I should just pull up like a cheat sheet. Dynamo Man. Cutting's my game, and I don't mean hair. I should just pull up that video. He's alright, I guess. I thought that was Pharaoh Man. That is not Pharaoh Man. Where is Pharaoh Man? Are they? Oh, there he is right there. Alright, we'll get this out of the way immediately. Pharaoh Man. Next to him is Sun God. This guy? Really? He's a robot master? He almost looks like Pharaoh Man, so I'm going to put him in A tier. This is Block Man, I believe. The ultimate Doomsday War, huh? Mega Man 5 for the Game Boy. Yeah, I never played any of the Game Boy games. I'm gonna... Okay, well, is this like Baseball Man? Who the hell is this? Strike Man, Mega Man. I was close. He's a baseball dude. There we go. This is Block Man. He's from like... Which... Was he from 11? He's alright. He's kind of... Is this Dustman? Or... That's Dustman, right? That is Dustman. He's got a weird design. I don't really like him. Who's that? Swordman? This is Charge Man. He's got a silly design too. He's just a train head. Blade Man. He's got a thin, stupid head. I'm gonna put him in D tier. That is Quick Crash Man? No, this is Quick Man. That's Crash Man. He's got a silly design and a useless weapon. Alright. Crash Man's kind of cool. Put him in E tier, then. This is like Vampire Man or whatever. I vaguely remember this character. He's got like a bat theme. Shade Man. Shade Man. Shade. He's a little try hard edgy, so I'm gonna give him Alucard and Dracula, but no, I didn't. All right, vampires rule. Chill, dad, dude. I love Captain N. Who's this dude? All right, well, there's Needle Man. He's an all right design. Turbo Man. There's an actual Turbo Man in Mega Man. There he is, the Turbo Man. Actually, he's kind of cool. I'll put him up higher. Get the Turbo Man doll before Sinbad does. Starman in the show was terrible. His design is okay, I guess. Who's this one? Oh my god, we got so many to get through. Oh, that's Flashman. And who's this guy? I'm assuming Chill Man. Gonna put Chill Man next to Turbo Man. So you have dueling Arnolds. Chill. I'm assuming this guy is Magic Man. You gotta try to understand he's a Magic Man. Alright. Well, there's Snake. I'm not sure who that is. There's Snake Man. Snake Man is pretty cool. I think the design's a little too try-hard, though. Gravity Man. Boy, they're gonna eventually run out of things to turn into Mega Man villains. Oh, there's Slash Man, I believe. I'm also trying to remember, like, see who I can remember. I like his design, though. I'm gonna put him there. Who's this guy? And there's Quick Man. He's another, like, very generic-looking one. This Guts Man! Mega Twerp! I'm gonna put him in S tier. I like Guts Man. Blade? Is there a nick named Trash Man? They should be. He's got kind of a generic design. We'll see what happens in the next game. Apparently they are making more Mega Man games, because someone found out that Capcom trademarked, well, not trademarked, but they bought out domain names for, like, future Mega Man games. Here's another Mega Man Robot Master. I like Skull Man. And you know what? I love UFO Man. He's kind of adorable. Anyway, where were we? This guy. With the thing protruding from his head. Oh, Galaxy Man, right, Galaxy Man. Why did I call him UFO Man? That's Mars from Mega Man 5. So, they have, like, non-robot masters on this list. They threw in the Star Droids. That's probably why this list is so friggin' huge. We have, was this Cop Man? Is this RoboCop? Alright, their outer space Fake Man. This one? Fake Man. He's a faker. Who's this guy? Freeze Man. Okay, we put Freeze Man next to Turbo Man. That's more appropriate. He's not a real police. Ah. He's a fake. Ground Man. He's got some cool drills. I'm gonna put him up high. This guy, Astro Man, right, Astro Man. There's some that I look at and I'm like, I know that guy, and then, like, the name just doesn't come to me. Is this, this is Jewel Man, right? From Mega Man 10? Was it 10 or 9? He's very fabulous. I'll put him up high. 9, okay. And there's Plant Man. Who's just a plant, man. There's Iceman, not to be confused with Iceman. I kind of like Iceman too. I'll put him in S tier. I didn't like how he was portrayed in the cartoon though. They gave him the most inappropriate voice. It's like, Iceman the Dr. Wily. It's me, Iceman, boss. Like, why'd they do that? He's adorable. Alright, anyway, this one. Who's this guy? Check out this dude with the DBZ hair. Tornado Man. Alright, I'll put him in C tier. And Plug Man? Plug Man, yes. Dude with the DBZ hair is Terra Plugman. He's just a plug. The dude with the DBZ hair is Terra from the Mega Man 5 game. Okay. My god. They went all out with this one, huh? There's Woodman. The best man. I'm gonna put Woodman up top. Contour Man? Concrete Man, okay. If I remember correctly, Concrete Man is the one who can counter Galaxy Man's power, because Galaxy Man opens up black holes and you fill them with the concrete to stop the black holes. Which is the dumbest shit ever. You know what? He should go up a little higher just because of that. Oh god. Wave Man. He's alright. He's a little bit better than some of the other ones. That's Dark Man, right? Who's like not a robot master. He's like a mid-boss from one of the Mega Man games. That's Dark Man? Yeah. Not to be confused with Liam Neeson. And now we have Bullman, right? Hey, watch your language. He's pretty cool though. I'll give him a B tier. Another Star Droid. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. Who's this dude? Hey, there's Cutman. The evil Cutsman. Cutsman. Springman. Not really feeling him. Hey, it's Top Man. Everyone's favorite. Put him there. Crystal Man's pretty cool. I like him. And that's another one of the star dudes, huh? I don't know, but it weirdly fits though. Blizzard Man? Who's this guy? It does. It really does. It complements. Oh, you know why they did it? Because when they gave Gutsman his voice, they made him sound like the big dumb guy in the gangster group. It's like, hey, Megatwarp, and then they gave him like the smaller, like wise guy sounding from like it's like a stereotypical like trope of you know that kind of thing. That's why they gave him that. It like literally just hit me now. The first of the Mega Man killers. He looks kind of puny. Like I never really thought about that until like right now. Torchman, one of the many Firemans. He's got a pretty cool. I like Tomahawk Man. I think he's pretty cool. I'm gonna put him in A tier. I'm in the minority that Mega Man 6 is one of my favorite Mega Man games. And it might be because it was the only Mega Man game I had. Until I had Mega Man 6 and then I had Mega Man X. That was my Mega Man exposure from the NES to the SNES. And then I watched the cartoon. That's all. That was all the Mega Man I got. Anyway, we have this dude who looks like an old skeleton. He's like a cranky old man skeleton. Doc Robot. I'm not really feeling his design. This dude with the ninja star. Doc Robot's from Mega Man 3. Okay. Napalm Man. Napalm Man, if I remember correctly, his power is kind of weird. Like, you can't hurt things directly with it. Like, you have to, like, set it up and let it explode or something. Shadow Man, right. I like Shadow Man. I'm gonna put him in S tier. Who's this buff Chad of a robot? That's Grenade Man. He's pretty cool. That is Windman. All right, right. I just said I just said Mega Man 6 is my favorite. I haven't played it in a while though. There's Flame Man from Mega Man 1, the original fire dude. I like him. I'll put him in A. Fireman, right? This is Flame Man. This is Fireman. These two, I wonder if these two would get along. They're too similar. They probably would argue a lot. Pump Man, who is the most unfortunate of the Mega Man names. Pump Man. Search Man from Mega Man 8. He's pretty cool. He's got that camo look. And that's Spark Man, right? Yes, both heads talk to each other. Really? This is Spark Man, right? Voiced by Mark McGrath from Sugar Ray in the cartoon. Allegedly. Ring Man. Oh, look, it's everyone's favorite, Ring Man. He's like Metal Man, except he's lame. Where is Metal Man? There's Metal Man. Let's throw him. He's got the coolest design and he's got the best power in all the series. So we're gonna put him up top. Who's this guy? I'm gonna just go ahead and dive. Oh, that's Dive Man. Okay, sorry. I thought you were the other guy. I thought you were this guy. There we go. You can hang out together. That is Tengu Man. I recognize his design. I recognize it mostly from an old Flash cartoon from Newgrounds way back when. I actually do really like his design, so I'm gonna put him in A. This dude is Blast Man, right? Okay. He's got the DBZ hair. He's cool. I am trying to jog my own memory with some of these. But there's Bomb Man. I like Bomb Man. I feel like a Gen 1er in Pokemon when it comes to the designs of the Mega Man Robot Masters, because like the original ones were like so good, and 2 had some really good ones too, and then it slowly started to be like, okay, you know, after a while, how many things can you make? Eventually you get Sheep Man, you know? Burst Man, he's got I'm getting tired at this point. I was gonna say he's got boobs, but oh god. Toad Man, the silliest robot master. Mercury, he's another. He's all right. I like him. While you guys name the next one over, I'm gonna search for one that I actually know and then put it up. Star Droid. This guy, that's who that is. He's kind of big and intimidating. Is this literally like a pirate? Is this Pirate Man? Oh, it's Frost Man? Oh, alright, well he can stay there. Mercury, oh, okay. I'm getting, this is starting to like blend together. Pirate Man from Rockman and Forte. He's alright. A pirate robot is kind of cool. You are a pirate. That's Heat Man, right? From Mega Man 6. I like his stage where he has the oil where you have to, it gets lit on fire if you're not careful. Alright, next guy is that is Hardman? No, that's not Hardman. This is Hardman, right? One of them is Hardman, which is another very unfortunate name for a robot master. Hardman is... Oh, this is Hardman. Okay. Where's Pumpman? We put Pumpman and Hardman next to each other. Stone... Okay, Stone... He's got kind of like a thing from Fantastic Four thing going on. I like it. I'll put it up there. All right, we're getting to the end here. Thank God. Saturn. I like him. He's pretty cool looking. Nightman. I like Nightman. I'm gonna put Nightman in S tier. Wait, where's hold on, where's... There he is, friggin' Centaur Man. Centaur Man is ridiculous enough to be an A tier. Tundra Man, he's got like pretty boy anime things going on. There's Bright Man. He had the voice like this in the cartoon. He's C tier, is a dumb design. Pluto with his adorable furry coat that he wears because he's a robot and he gets cold. Cold Man. Nah, not really feeling him. Sun Man, right? Sun Man, not to be or Solar Man. Sun Man is the figure from Masters of the Universe. I kind of like him a little bit because he got the big fire thing in the top. Magnet Man. I'm gonna move Magnet Man while we're waiting. I kind of like his powers. I'll put him in A tier. Sword. Okay, I knew there was a Sword Man. I just didn't know which one it was. Sword Man. He's got a sword, so I'll put him in B tier. Commando Man. You have a dumb name. You can go with the big boys down here. That is Drill Man, right? He's kind of silly looking. This dude's a motorcycle. There's Airman. Airman is weird because this is how he's supposed to look, but in the cartoon, they put a head on top of his head. Like the Nitro Man. I kind of like his design. I'll put him in A tier. They put like, okay, like the eyes are supposed to be like this is supposed to be the mouth and then the eyes are there, but in the cartoon they gave him like a full head on top of this, which looked very weird. Okay, Junkman. I kind of like him. He's very intimidating looking. This is Gyro Man, right? Gyro Man, yes. And there's Elect Man, one of the originals. Again, he's, you know what, yeah, alright, I'll put him in S tier. I like him. Aquaman. Okay, see, how do they get away with, like, Aquaman and Iceman? And, like, names of already existing characters. Like, how do they do that with this series? Punk Megaman Killer. He looks pretty cool. I'll put him in A tier. Then we have these last guys. Magma Man. Boy, how many fire things can you really come up with? How many fire and ice and water themes can you come up with? Acid Man is pretty cool. I'll put him in A tier. Neptune. He's kind of silly looking. Alright, 3 more. Lightning round. Let's go. Yamato Man. Oh, right. Yamato Man from 6. Okay. His fight was kind of annoying because his little thing shoots out and then he... Actually, no, he kind of sucks because his thing shoots out and then he's got to go get it. Venus. This is a... It's just like a dude in a pod. And then, This guy looks like a construction robot. Impact Man. There we go. We did it. Oh, Megaman. So many mans. These are the best ones, in my opinion, at least by design. Alright? So, don't get mad at me. There they are. Alright, well, that is the last tier list I have, but I have other stuff we can play around with, because I've been trying to figure out other things to do. Great job. You should play Mega Man. I should replay. I have, I think, most of the Mega Man games on Steam. Maybe one day we'll get on that. Yeah, okay, so that's the last created tier list that I have, but I have other stuff we can look at, because these videos are very popular on my gaming channel. So I want to see if there's any other things we can do similarly. So I found this. Nightmare of ads. Thank you, yes. Good job, ad blocker. Send me video game stuff that I may or may not have looked at one point. Close. Anyway, this is tournament bracket for anything. This is similar to the tier list maker, but instead of like ranking things, they create like a tournament style thing where you have to pick between two. And then you get the winner at the end. So here we have starter Pokemon final forms. God damn it. Go away. Go away. So you pick between Charizard and Rillaboom. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Again, it's very similar to the tier list. So I guess we'll try this one out and see how it goes. I guess it randomizes all of them also. Okay, so people are gonna hate me for this one, but I'm not a big Charizard fan. He's not that great he looks cool, but he's not that great of a Pokemon. Otto from my Sword and Shield playthrough is my boy, so I gotta pick him. Alright, so then we have, Sceptile and, Empoleon. This is hard because I actually do like both of these. I am a bit biased because I always pick grass types. But he is a pretty cool looking penguin. So I have a feeling this is going to be all grass types by the end because I favor the grass types. You know what? I'm going with my boy. Can't not go with him. Okay, now we got Greninja and Meganium. Fun fact, Chikorita is like the least popular of all the starters. I don't agree with that, but I do think Greninja is pretty cool. I would say that he's probably my favorite of the final evolutions of this gen. I do love Meganium though, but you know, I'm gonna go with Greninja. All right, we got Venusaur, one of my favorites, versus Cinderace. What's interesting is that Cinderace actually was appearing in raids in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet recently, and I actually Shigri is the cutest. I agree. I hopped on to try and get into one of the raids. I couldn't find any, but on a whim, I actually did a surprise trade, and I got a Score Bunny. So whenever we return to Scarlet and Violet for whatever future things they might have for it, we'll have a Cinderace. And you know what? It has really good IVs. I checked it. What's cool is that whenever there's like a rare Pokemon or some kind of event Pokemon, people will breed the hell out of them and just release them in you know, surprise trades. This is hard for me because I do like Scorbunny, but I really like Venusaur. I actually don't know which one to pick. Man, do I go with my boy or do we go with my other boy? I don't know. Pick Cinderace, really? You like Cinderace? But this is kind of a cool contrast between like Gen 1 design and like current Pokemon design. Like, look how simple Venusaur is, and then like they turn like, so like the current Pokemon are just so, they're kind of over designed in my opinion. But all right, I'm gonna pick Cinderace. I'm not gonna be happy about it, but I'll pick Cinderace. This is an easy one for me. We have Marshtomp and Serperior. I love Serperior. I'm picking that one. Oh boy, look at this. Look at this fight. Then what I missed? You missed me not knowing the names of Megaman Robot Masters, and Puppet and Freakbot had to help me out. So we spent a long time on that. We're now doing bracket fights, which is another similar thing to tier lists, except instead of like ranking things, they actually like randomize and they do it like tournament style. All right, so we got shoot, what the heck is his name? Blaziken and Incineroar. We also did Street Fighter, yeah. Can we add Bragg? Well, we'll see. I'm trying out a couple other things just to see how well things go. All right, this is a tough one. They're both so cool. This one got into Smash, though. My favorite thing about Incineroar is that the Pokédex entry specifically states that it loves children. And then you have it in Smash and you have it beat up like Ness and Lucas. Oh man. I think, you know what? Alright, you know what? We're doing this as like a test run, so you know, I like Blaziken, but I'm gonna pick Incineroar. This one. Alright, ooh, we got Rillaboom and Sceptile. I like Sceptile, but I'm gonna go with my rocker monkey. Oh man. Cinderace and Greninja. I mean, if this was a battle, Greninja has the advantage, obviously. Yeah, you know what? I think Greninja is cooler. So there we go. And now we have Serperior versus Incineroar. I'm going with Serperior. I love the Snivy line. It's really cool. No, okay, I guess they do like one side at a time, huh? All right. Rillaboom versus Greninja. It is very hard. This is very difficult. I mean, again, if this was a Pokemon battle, Rillaboom has the advantage. You know what? I'm sorry, Greninja. I'm going with Rillaboom. I can't betray my boy Otto. Ah. I can't betray Otto. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, he's Superior. All right, now we do the other side. We have Turtle versus. We have a Turtle fight. We have Blastoise versus shoot, what the my head, it's getting late, my head's blanking. Torterra. I'm going with Torterra. And now we have Chestnut, who evolves from one of the most underrated of the grass starters, Chespin, versus what the heck was this one called? See, it's Tepig and Embor, right? Embor. They're both very similar, aren't they? They turn from little adorable things into big boys. I think I'm gonna go with Chestnut, because as much as I'm not a big fan of the final evolution, I think it is a little bit better than this one. And now we have Inteleon versus oh shoot, the fire monkey, Infernape. Again, type advantage for Inteleon, but maybe we should have did it based on like who would win in a fight. That would have been, I think, a little more interesting. This isn't one of my favorite of the starters, so I'm gonna go with Inteleon. And now we have God, Delphox and what were you called? Shoot. Oh man, wow, I'm blanking, man. Can I just say that this final evolution generation might be my overall favorite, though, because they themed the Pokemon after RPG classes, because you had Greninja, who was like a rogue, you had Chestnut, who was like a warrior, and then you have Delphox, which was a mage. I thought that was kind of a cool idea. God, what was your name? I don't freaking... Oh my god. Primarina. Right. Gonna be honest, I'm not a big fan of either of them. Even though I just complimented this evolution, final evolution stage because of the theming. I guess we'll go by that. I picked this one based on the theme of the final evolutions. We have Decidueye versus Typhlosion. Okay, Cyndaquil is my favorite of the fire starters, I think. But Rowlet is like my overall favorite grass starter from like start to finish in the evolutionary line. So I'm going with Decidueye. Go with the Archer Owl. Oh no. Alright, Torterra is cool, but I'm gonna stick with Chestnut. And now we have Inteleon and Delphox. Man, I don't know. I'm going with Inteleon. Yeah. All right. Now, where'd you come from? Where did you come from? Were you like, oh, it was by itself? That's why. I also noticed that they don't have any of the new starters here. I guess this one's a little bit outdated. Sticking with the owl. Go with the owl. Okay, Chestnut and Inteleon. I'm gonna... Oh, man. Chestnut, I love you, but I'm going with Inteleon. And now we have Inteleon and Decidueye. This would be a very interesting fight, even though Decidueye has the advantage. Because This one shoots water out of like little finger pistols, and then this one shoots arrows. So basically just be an entirely long-range fight. I'm going with my owl boy. And now we have the monkey versus the owl. This is very hard. It is very hard. I love them both. I think I'm leaning toward Decidueye. Just a little bit. Because like I said, it's my favorite evolutionary line of the grass starters. Yeah. Sorry, Otto. Decidueye is the winner. Best final evolution starter. Log in to save your bracket fight. No thank you. There you go. So this is a fun little... Another fun little thing we can do. Which anime character is most badass? Let's have a look at this one. Let's see how many characters I recognize. Oh. It's a YouTube video. Never mind. I guess, okay, user featured video. Okay, yeah. God, look at the friggin' stop! Stop with the ads! Get that shirt off my stream. There's a lot of Genshin Impact. I guess I'll look it up. Maybe we can find that list. Badass anime character. Most badass anime character. Alright, here we go. I don't know who this is. That's Aaron from Alright, hold on. Let's stop for a second. Let's have a look at who we're dealing with here. You know him? Alright, well there's Kamina. That's Hunter x Hunter. I've seen pictures of this dude, but I have no idea who he is. That's Mustang. That's old dude from Bleach. I don't remember. There's Hiei from Yu Yu Hakusho. There's Zoro and Alucard. There's Itachi from Naruto. Is she from Black Lagoon? I think. Don't know. That's, what's his name from My Hero? There's JoJo and Spike. Oh, imagine this encounter. Jeez. We have Vegeta and Saitama. We have, oh, this is an interesting one. That's the dude from Code Geass and Light Yagami. And we have Guts. That is Guts from Berserk versus whoever the hell this loser is. Yeah, I don't know if I'm qualified to properly do this list. So, but it's kind of interesting to see. Maybe we can identify characters. Do you want to do it, and then I tell you what, you guys seem to know more, so why don't we? Oh shoot, how do I do the? Maybe I refresh. Go back. There we go. All right, I'm letting you guys choose. How about that? This will be out of my hands. Freaking Target shopping. Stop. I lost the thing again. Alright, now they're gonna just come back. Alright, who are we picking between these two? Alright, we'll just deal with the ads. Anybody need any Olay or cleaning? This guy? Oh, that's Levy. That's that wasn't Aaron. That tells you how much I know about. Okay, so we're picking this guy. All right, we're picking him. Okay, we have Kamina versus that guy. This guy, you know, old Purple Joe here with his signature cigarette. Yami from Black Clover. We're picking this guy. All right. My instinct is to go with Kamina because he was awesome. But all right, there you go. It's your list now. I have no idea who either of these assholes is. Acknowledges him with voice Chris Sabat. Yami. You're gonna have to say left or right in a few of these also. Left one is from this is from Durarara. And then there's this guy. They both look, honestly, these like look like the same guy with just different haircuts. Like just put the Widow's Peak on this guy and it's the same. Right, it's from Hero Reborn. Okay, well, who are we picking? We're going with this, with Smiley Man. All right. All right, we'll go with Johnny Young Bosch's character. So now we have a kid from Hunter x Hunter versus whoever the hell this is. Left. We're going with Hunter x Hunter. Who is this, by the way? Whomst is this? All right, well, we're going with left, but I want to know who this is. Assassination. Oh, right, right. Okay, that's the dude with the big yellow dude, right? All right, we're going with Hunter x Hunter. And now we have this dude with the manly mustache versus this dude with the manly stubble. It's the battle of the facial hair. I don't know who this guy... I've seen pictures of this guy, like, on Twitter. He's like an American or something. Escanor? I don't know. Again, the right is from... Okay, so this guy is from Fairy Tail. Gildart's from Fairy Tail, okay? Where's Freakbot? He loves Fairy Tail. The right guy is what looks like Shanks from One Piece, actually. You're going with left? You're going with the manly mustache over manly face stubble? I think that would be my instinct as well, knowing nothing about either of these characters. Alright, I'm gonna go with manly mustache. And now we have Roy Mustang versus the old dude from Bleach. I don't remember much of... I've said before that I really liked Bleach when it first came out, but I don't remember much of this character. I kind of zoned out a little bit when they were running around the Soul Society for like 5 months. Yamamoto. So you're going with the old dude. Anyone else got anything to say? Or otherwise I'm just gonna go with it. This is not my choice, by the way. Yeah, alright, we're gonna go with him. Alright, so we have Hiei from Yu Yu Hakusho versus this guy who has like no facial features whatsoever. This guy has less facial features, and then Hiei has extra facial features because he has the third eye. Darker from Black. We're going with Hiei? Alright. The extra eye gave him an advantage. You don't even have a nose, bro. Loser. Okay, we have Zoro and Alucard. Two characters I actually kind of know. Do you really think Zoro can beat Alucard, though? Okay, we got one vote for Zoro, one vote for Alucard. Alucard. Okay, we got two for Alucard. Unfair, yeah, kinda. I mean, you got a guy who's good with swords versus literal, like, vampire, like, eldritch monster. Even with all his restrictions, Alucard, yeah. Alright, I think it's pretty decisive. Alucard wins this fight. Yep. Okay, we have these two guys again, of whom I don't know. Yami? Which one was Yami again? The right guy? We're going with this guy, huh? Alright. Purple Haze McGee, you win. And now we have this dude again versus John Hunter Hunter. Killua. Killua wins. On the right, so John Hunter Hunter beats Smiley Man. All right. Ah, now we have dude with manly mustache versus the bigger mustache with years of experience and wisdom behind it. That's gonna laugh. This is very amusing for me. That's gonna. I'll say so. This dude beats old man from Bleach, huh? All right. Oh, this is an interesting one. He's stupid strong. Hiei and Alucard. This would be a very messy fight. The mustache, the mustache, the mustache. I don't even remember who's on the other side of the tournament bracket. I sense you guys are a bit conflicted right now because this is a very, very interesting fight. I'm trying to like decipher it myself, and I can't come to. I'm leaning towards Alucard. Like Hiei is crazy strong, but I don't know if he's as strong as Alucard. Yeah, I think Alucard wins this fight. All right, sorry Hiei. All right, now we have Purple Haze dude versus John Hunter Hunter. Excuse me. Gotta stretch. Killua wins. He's gonna beat him. All right. All right. Manly mustache versus Alucard. You were saying he was crazy strong. Is he strong enough to take on Alucard though? Alucard's kind of broken, really. With like all his abilities, like when you saw the end of like the Hellsing Ultimate, that shit that happened. Yeah, we're go. Okay, I got two for mustache and then only one for Alucard, huh? All right, it seems we have 2-1 against Alucard. That's incredible. Alright, we're going Manly Mustache. And now we have John Hunter Hunter versus Manly Mustache. Who comes out of this fight alive? Escanor, really? What anime is he from, by the way? I don't know if we mentioned it earlier, but what is he from? Seven Deadly Sins? Oh, okay. I'm familiar with that name. I just never watch it. All right, Manly Mustache wins it. And now we see which of these chumps has to go up against him. So we have Itachi and the girl from Black Lagoon, of whom I don't know. Best hero. Okay, hold on. Let me grab that while you guys are deliberating. Marvel and DC one. All right, that's interesting. All right, we got 1 vote for Itachi. 2 for Itachi. Alright, I guess Itachi's winning this. And now we have these 2 characters that I don't know. We've got, hat versus no hat. We've got smiley hat and pouty dude with no hat. He's pouty because he doesn't have a hat on. We're going with left. Who are these characters, by the way? Chuya from Bungo Stray Dogs. I've not heard of that at all. And who's this dude who kind of looks like this dude? Remember this dude from the first round? It's like the same character. Haku. All right, well, we're going the hat wins. The hat trumps the no hat. Anyway, be gone, generic anime guy. Speaking of which, oh, that's Vinland Saga. That's what's his name from Vinland Saga. Okay, I recognize someone. I don't know who this guy is. This looks like if you order Spike Spiegel from Wish. The right, really? Left? Okay, we got one. Who is this, by the way? Suit looks cool. He wins a suit. This dude is literally a Viking, though. Alright, well, we got two votes for right and 1 for left. He's from Fate? Oh. So he's probably like Ernest Hemingway or somebody from history. I don't know. He's a literal mage. Okay, well, I guess that this dude's not magically. He's just kind of strong. All right, we'll go with the magic. Who is this friggin' DeviantArt nightmare? Versus Aizawa from My Hero. Oh. Left? Really? He kind of looks like Ryu from the Breath of Fire games, like mid-transformation. Sinbad from Magi. The guy on the left probably has been so many anime bowling shirts. You kind of want to vote for Eraser? Okay, so we got 1 vote for DeviantArt and 1 vote for Aizawa. We need a tiebreaker. This guy looks like he could be like a My Hero Academia character, kinda. Sinbad, alright. The sexy dragon man wins. All right, now we have JoJo versus Spike Spiegel. Jotaro. 2 votes for Jotaro, really. I kind of wanted Spike to last long enough to go up against his Wish counterpart, the guy over here. All right, Jotaro wins. And now we have Vegeta versus Saitama. This is stuff like this has been like endlessly argued over like all of the internet. Like, who's stronger, DBZ character or Saitama? I think Saitama would win. He might not take him out with one hit, but I'm pretty sure. Okay, we got 2 for Saitama and 1 for Vegeta. Saitama wins it all, everyone else goes home. Well, Saitama has 2 votes, so I guess we're gonna go with Saitama. This is Majin Vegeta too, so that's kind of interesting. Alright, Saitama. And now we have the dude from Code Geass and Light Yagami. What the hell was his name? It was like Ladouche or something. Guy Ladouche. Guys, I want to, since I brought that up, I just want to say the other the other night I found there's a Twitch channel that shows MXC 24/7. It's called Only MXC. It was the douche. Okay, we got all right, Ladouche wins. And I was watching it the other day and I was just like it was so funny. All right, we got Guts versus whoever the hell this guy is. Guts. Who is this, by the way? I would think I think whoever the hell this guy is, Guts would absolutely take him out. I don't care who the guy on the left right is, it's Guts. Claire from Bakano? Claire? From Bakano. I love Bakano. I don't remember this character. Alright, well, Guts will clearly win. Alright, now we have Itachi versus Smug Hat. Hitachi glaring intently due to jealousy of the hat. Itachi. Alright, Itachi's getting votes. I think Itachi would... Sorry, your hat could not save you this time. Alright, now we have Spike Spiegel from Wish versus DeviantArt Dragon Man. Sinbad? Alright. Now I'm just thinking of MXC. So, alright, Sinbad's getting... Alright, once again, DeviantArt has won. And now we have Jotaro and Saitama. One Punch Man, Jotaro. This is getting a lot. I like the debate that's happening. I like the debate. All right, so 1 for Jotaro, 2 for Saitama. I would think Saitama can, even though he's not a Stan user, he could probably just he could manage. All right, now we have Guy Ladouche versus versus Guts. Oh man, Guts wins. It's gonna come down to Guts versus Mustache, isn't it? All right, Itachi versus DeviantArt Disaster. Sinbad. All right. Make up a character named Ladouche. Sinbad. All right, we got 2 for Sinbad and 1 for Itachi. Boy, if you told me this character was supposed to be Sinbad, I would never believe you. Like, every other depiction I've seen of Sinbad the Sailor was, like, so different. Alright, we got two for Sinbad, so DeviantArt Disaster wins, I think. And now we have Saitama and Guts. The douche could look like a guy except with a bad French accent like Inspector Clouseau. Yes, he'd wear a pit helmet and he'd have a mustache and he'd interview people. Do I remember the Sinbad movie with Lou? I remember it. I watched that as a kid. I have it on DVD. That movie is great. It's one of those movies that I kind of wish Red Letter Media would get to. Okay, we got 1 for Guts and 1 for Saitama. I'm pretty sure realistically Saitama can beat him. Quote unquote realistically. Alright. 2 for Saitama. I think Saitama's winning this. Brad Jones is gonna be jealous of Red Letter Media because he got the Nuki. Yeah. I actually found out about that movie because of him. I remember his review of it. That video was great, by the way. The Nuki video for Red Letter Media. I had no idea there was like VHS grading. I might have to be on the lookout for some sealed VHS tapes when I'm out in the wild. Alright, Saitama, I think, has got 2 votes, so we're just gonna go with Saitama. Alright, now we have DeviantArt Disaster versus One Punch Man. It's supposed to be an experiment in the speculative market, and it's working. They're giving money to charity. Yeah, I think it's cool they gave money to charity. I do find it interesting that that like there's a whole grading system for VHS tapes now. That was one of the things about Saitama's winning this. That was one of the cool things about all right, now we have Manly Mustache versus Saitama. Facial hair versus no facial hair. That was the cool thing about that video, because they kind of explored the whole idea of value. And as someone who is a collector of things myself, I found it kind of interesting. I've always been kind of wary about the grading system, about anything really. But because I remember there was recently kind of a controversy around, I think, a video game grading company that a lot of YouTubers, a lot of like retro gaming YouTubers were kind of throwing a fuss about, but I don't remember exactly the details of it. Grading system was, yeah, probably. I think for certain things it's all right. Like maybe for VHS tapes and for like action figures, I guess the carded action figures, I guess it's fine. Comic books is probably fine too, because it's just paper and you want to like preserve it, and they put it in the sealed case. But like stuff that has some kind of utility is kind of weird for me, like VHS tapes and video games. Like you want to have those out and displayed and used. Anyway, we got 2 for Saitama and 1 for Mustache. Does anybody else want to chime in on this before we end this charade? Going once. Going twice. Alright, one punch. Saitama wins. I think we all knew that was gonna happen. There he is. Why is this all weird? What happened? There we go. Mustache dude looks like the sea dude. Oh, Sparrowhawk. Sparrowhawk's the guy from Tales from Earthsea. Why did that name pop into my head? Seahawk. Listen, if there was anything I absolutely hated about the She-Ra reboot, it's Seahawk. They did that character dirty. Alright, so we have one here. Submitted. We have Marvel versus DC characters. So, yeah, we have Batman and Black Canary. I think we're gonna do this last one, and then we're gonna move on to something else. Or if we still have time. Actually, we might end after this one. I had other stuff to do. But maybe we'll save that for the next list, or whatever. So, we got one for Batman, one for Black Canary. I'm letting you guys vote, so my hands are, Alright, I think Batman will win this one. Next up, we have Superman versus, what's her name? Don't tell me. Magic Lady from DC. It's late, and my brain is not working. Yeah, we're gonna end after this one. Zatanna, right. Zatanna. I mean, Superman is weak against magic, so I think she can... You vote Superman? Alright. That's one for Superman. It's interesting, this is supposed to be Marvel versus DC, and yet we've only seen exclusively DC so far. Alright, we got one for Superman, one for Zatanna. Marvel's okay. So we determined the two most powerful ones on each side, and then they duke it out. Alright. Alright. We need a tiebreaker. Someone be the deciding vote. Say something. Do something. Alright, I guess I'm gonna be the deciding vote. Hi, my name is Guy Incognito. I vote for Zatanna. I'm voting for Superman. Just because. Alright. Okay, so we got Shazam versus... Is that Nightwing? Shazam? Yeah, I think Shazam has this one. His name is Nightwing. Yeah, I think Shazam would have this one. So now we have what appears to be every Robin versus Green Lantern. What is this? That's Hal Jordan, Green Lantern too. So yeah, I think GL has this. You can throw all the Robins you want at Green Lantern. It's Tim Drake. Oh, so this is the so this is the. All right, okay, Tim Drake. I see what they did there. All right, this is the different Tim Drakes. Now we have Martian Manhunter and the Flash. Flash. All right, Flash. We're gonna speed through this one. So now we have Wonder Woman versus John Constantine. Robin and Green, yeah, pretty much. I actually do wonder if these are actually randomized. Wonder Woman. Yeah, I think Wonder Woman can take them. So now we have Green Arrow versus, is that Kid Flash? Or is that is that Barry Allen or Wally? That's Wally West. Okay. Yeah, I think Wally West Flash can outrun an Arrow. Just a thought. Aquaman versus Batgirl. Oh, come on. This isn't fair. Hi, I'm Batgirl. I throw batarangs. Hi, I'm king of the ocean. Let me drop a whale on you. Yeah. All right, here we go. Batman v Superman. Dawn of Justice. See, Batman would have the advantage until Superman mentions his mother's name. And then you could... Yeah, I think... let's just go with Batman. I'm getting tired. Let's... Okay, this is interesting. Shazam and Green Lantern. Save Martha! How do you know that name? Shazam. Shazam. Alright, Shazam. We got Flash and Wonder Woman. So I guess this is Barry Allen. Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman. Alright, Wonder Woman. And now we have Wally West versus, Aquaman. Of course, we're gonna have... I could have sworn we were gonna have a Flash fight, but I guess not. Alright, Batman and Shazam. 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 Shazam! Alright, Wonder Woman versus Wally West Flash. Damn, Wonder Woman had to take on 2 Flashes tonight. Wally West. Wonder Woman. Anybody else? Tiebreaker. We need a tiebreaker. Somebody say something. Wally West. Alright, Wally West. And now we have Shazam versus Wally. Shazam. Okay, Wally. We have one for Shazam, one for Wally. We need one more vote. Quickly, so I can go to bed. All right, I'm deciding because I'm picking Shazam. All right, now we're on the Marvel side. We have Scarlet Witch versus Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Scarlet Witch. Wanda or Pete? Who's it gonna be? Should play the Jeopardy music when this comes on, when this happens. Scarlet Witch. All right, Scarlet Witch. Black Panther and Captain America. Black Panther. Tuffy, Black Panther. Alright. Hawkeye and Wolverine. Wolverine. Alright. Wolverine. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Jean Grey and Daredevil. I'm pretty sure she can crush him with her mind. Sorry, man. Yeah, I think Jean Grey wins this one. The Thing versus Thor. The Thing? She's getting a lot of hate for harming a head. Yeah. Picking on a blind guy, huh? You're one of the strongest powers in the universe. And you use it to bully a blind man. Alright, we got one for the Thing and one for Thor. Can the Thing withstand? He's pretty equivalent to the Hulk. He doesn't have like the rage power the Hulk does, but he's on par with him for the most part. So yeah, I think he can take a hit from Mjolnir. Alright, we got one each. Somebody decide. Or I'm gonna decide for us. Any day now. The Thing? Alright, Thing. Storm versus the Hulk. Storm? Storm? Alright, Storm. Iron Man and Doctor Strange. Battle of the Sherlock Holmeses. Which I'm shocked they didn't make that joke when they were on screen together. Doctor Strange. Got one for Doctor Strange. Yep. Doctor Strange. Cyclops versus Miss Marvel. Or not Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel. Gee, I wonder who wins this fight. Cyclops, really? You really think friggin' Cyclops can take her down? Yeah, I'm pretty sure Captain Marvel can annihilate him. So yeah, alright, we're gonna go with that. Alright, back to the top. We now have Scarlet Witch and Black Panther. Keep in mind, too, the winner of the Marvel side has to take on Shazam. Sorry, Scott. We got one for Black Panther. Just got one for Scarlet Witch. Alright, we need a tiebreaker. I'm pretty sure she could beat him. I mean, she has reality bending powers. I mean, what does he have? A cool suit. Alright, I'm gonna go with Scarlet Witch. I think she can take him. We now have... Oh, man. Oh, no. It's Wolverine and Jean Grey. Boy, we're gonna reenact the end of that one. We're gonna reenact the end of X-Men 3. One for Wolverine and one for Jean. Wolverine, really? I mean, he has had to take her out before. All right, I think Wolverine has 2 votes, so I guess we're gonna go. Now we have The Thing versus Storm. This may turn out to be an all-mutant finale. Yeah, I think Storm would easily. Now we have Doctor Strange and Captain Marvel. This would be a very interesting fight. Like, he's not stronger than her, but he's got the magic that could possibly, like, make him win. Doctor Strange. Alright, 2 for Doctor Strange. She had his powers, but really? Well, Doctor Strange got 2 votes, so we're going with that. And now we have Scarlet Witch and Wolverine. This was almost Scarlet Witch versus Jean Grey. I'm sure they had many confrontations in the comics. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Scarlet Witch can take him out. And now we have Storm and Doctor Strange. Storm. Doctor Strange. Alright, Doctor Strange got 2. Alright. And now we have a reenactment of the Multiverse of Madness. So it has come to this. It's a wizard's duel. Alright, Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch. Yeah, I think she has proven to be a lot stronger than him in certain regards. So, alright, well, and now we have Shazam and Scarlet Witch. Who wins this fight? Scarlet Witch. Well, she did kind of settle the argument of who the strongest Avenger really is when she wiped out the alternate universe Illuminati. So yeah, I'm pretty sure she would be able to take Shazam down. Oh, you're Scarlet Witch. Can I have a selfie with you? Yeah, that's kind of how he would react anyway. Remember, he is but a child in a man's body. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Scarlet Witch would win this. Alright. Decided. Scarlet Witch, strongest in both Marvel and DC universes. Alright, well, there you go. There is Bracket Fight, which is another very similar thing to the tier list. This is actually a lot of fun, my girl Wanda. This one's actually a lot of fun. I think we'll incorporate this. Or maybe we can make this its own stream. Who knows? But anyway, it is late. I did have some other stuff we were gonna test out. So maybe we'll try those next time when it's not so late. Because this actually took up a lot of time, like surprisingly. Alright, so I think we're gonna end here. Thanks for watching. Just so you know, if you've stuck around, I'm going to have a poll up on Twitter, actually, as soon as I'm done here tonight, for the next game I play. So, be sure to look out for that. I'll also post about that on the channel as well. But yeah, thanks for joining me. Please give me a follow if you haven't done so already. go to Rob the Casual Gamer, where I upload all my streams. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, because it helps the channel. And give me some feedback of other similar things we can do besides tier lists. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later.